this is Marshawn Evans, your reinvention strategist and life catalyst, and I am here with this most amazing Ashley Dowell. We just wrapped up a mastermind meeting. Everybody's gone, and she said something that really just warmed my heart a minute ago and made me cry. So I just wanted to kind of let her kind of share her story and her transformation of what has happened for her in coming into the new university world. So why don't you start off by just telling everybody who Ashley Dowell at ashleydowell.com is.
My name is Ashley Dowell. I'm an insight specialist, certified life coach, and author, and I help women move forward in their life by letting go of all the different things that we hold on to that keep us held back.
And how did you get to the point of becoming an insight specialist? So talk to us a little bit about what things were like.
I was born an insight specialist.
I was born an insight specialist. You were.
I was born that way. But I was in a position in my life really being a mother, being a wife, being a business owner, all of those things, which I found fulfillment, but there was still a gap because I wasn't really doing what I really was called to do. I wasn't really living my purpose or my dream that I really had from the time I was a child. And I was always to write and to speak. That was my calling, and I was really struggling with that. And then I met Marshawn not even a year ago at this point on one of her Launch Your Dreams tour stops in Dallas, Texas. And she immediately started talking, and within minutes I was literally captivated by everything that she was saying because it spoke directly to my heart. Very rarely do you meet someone who not only knows how to inspire you and to empower you, but who is also willing to show you how to get to where you're trying to go. She makes it possible for you to actually get there.
I see she's avoiding looking at me in the eyes because we keep making each other cry. There's a lot of emotional tears because, you know, when we go through this process, it's not like you're just launching a business. You're like launching your inner destiny. And it kind of is scary. So how was that, like, when you felt this gift being stirred up that you hadn't felt before? You know, I think a lot of people are like, well, how do I know if I'm not a business person? I'm not a business person. This isn't right for me. But this is really about your gifts. How did that awareness or awakening really happen for you inside?
I made up my mind and I said yes at the event, at the Launch Your Dreams tour. And it wasn't a matter of whether or not I could be a businesswoman because I've been that for years. But crafting the business of my heart was something different. It's different when you're going into a business where you know you're going to succeed. You know the rules are laid out there for you. You know you're going to succeed. But when it's a matter of the heart, it's a little bit deeper than that. Yeah. And so I said yes in my heart and I said yes with my mind. And immediately upon leaving, it was almost like an attack. Almost like, do you really have the right to still dream? Do you really have the right to really pursue that? You don't have the time to do it. You don't have the energy to do it. What about your husband? What about your daughter? All of those things started to literally attack me to where within a matter of weeks, literally, I started to kind of take the back seat and say, well, maybe I am okay. You know, I have all these other things going on. Maybe I am okay not living my dream. Maybe dreams really aren't meant to be lived.
That is amazing. Isn't fear like it's just the biggest thief?
It robs you of everything because it's one thing to be completely miserable, but to see that you have a way out of your misery, there's a clear path out of your misery, but you're scared to step it because of the unknown. It's the unknown, even though the path is clear.
I always say, like, a leap of faith actually requires leap and faith. And it's hard to do both. It's hard to do both. But so tell everybody kind of what has happened since you've joined the program. Like, what's different? I was saying you have no idea. This girl used to just be so silent, very reserved, always beautiful, but just very reserved and very quiet. And now it's like, we got to get Ashley a microphone because she's talk. And it's just all of this outpouring of all this brilliance that just hasn't had a voice before. So tell everybody what that outpouring has been, what you've accomplished, what you've been able to do, and just really in months.
Let me start first by saying who I am now and who I've always been and being able to really be able to walk in that. There's something that I've shared with you before, but it really resounded with me so deep back in December. You're more than enough. You're more than enough. I know now I am more than enough, and I always have been more than enough. So honestly, no matter what someone can tell you, until you honestly believe it in your heart, it doesn't matter. I believe in my heart now that I am more than enough, so I don't have to be quieted. I don't have to be dumbed down. I don't have to be someone who I feel like other people want me to be. I can be exactly who God created me to be. So that's the first thing. That was paramount for me, because that in and of itself has created everything else that's going on in my life. So I recently self-published a book.
Hold on, I'm going to get it real quick. Stay there. Don't leave.
In less than 30 days, I self-published a book. I actually sat down, I focused, and I got this thing written. It was a matter from the heart, and that is one my major accomplishment. But really being able to reach out. I've had so many opportunities to take the principles that Marshawn has shown us and has really been teaching us, and she gives us a real blueprint to say this is how you do it. So from the business branding boot camp, the ultimate branding boot camp, the Speak for Pay event, the teleconferences, all of those calls, the Q&A calls have really allowed me the opportunity to sit and take notes, sit literally at the feet of a master and be able to say this is someone who is not intimidated to share her secrets.
You got a lot of jewels in there. Yeah.
And that speaks volumes. So I've been able to sit and literally not feel guilty about anything that you share, because you're sharing it from your heart. You're sharing it because of your heart for us to be able to
One of the things I
succeed.
just want to say about you, though, Ashley, is you're good about asking the questions. Like, you do your work, you have questions because you're doing the work. So I don't do it for you.
No.
You have to do it. Like, I didn't
She
write
says,
this book for you.
I'm the guide, not the
the
ride.
ride.
She is not going to do it for you, but she does. You give us the tools.
Yeah.
Give us the tools that we need. You give us the homework. And with anybody, if you do not do the work, she stressed, faith without works is dead. If you do not do the work, she can give you everything you need, all the questions to ask, all the information, but you still have to go and do it. And I have gone and done it.
You do. You get your bios done. You do all of these things. You're pitching speaking engagements. You got your book done. You did your book in 2 weeks after a live event.
2.5 weeks.
So it's just being inspired. So last thing I want to ask you about is, how important do you believe self-investment is? Because a lot of people say, well, mentoring should be something that just happens. You know, I believe in a mastermind setting or in coaching that people have to have skin in the game so they feel like they're a part of it. That's just my belief. What do you believe about that?
I have been mentored all my life, doing a bunch of things that were not really dear to my heart. The small investment, because that's really what I consider it. It is a very small investment for what I get. You cannot ask of other people something that you're not willing to give to yourself. You cannot ask of other people something you would not be willing to give back to them. For me, I was willing to pour into myself. That investment is nothing because of the joy I get just in my family life, the improvement in my marriage, the improvement as me being a mother, the improvement in my career world, the improvement that I am able to literally go out and impact and change lives of people. I got that from the small investment. It's almost like all the scholarship money. Scholarship people, don't be mad, but all the scholarship money I got to go to college, it's like, honestly, compared to this, it means just very little now. Because I used that money to do what I thought other people wanted me to do, what looked good. The small investment into something that I wanted, it's small. It's nothing. Anybody who's considering it, don't hesitate. I hesitated. I ran from it for a while. I really did, because I was like, oh, I don't know. But I had to sit and be real with myself.
Because you said, I'm really cautious about my money, cautious about how I spend my money. I don't like to spend. So and I get that. I think that's a very real thing. A lot of times we're not sure whether we can trust something. So that's, I think, how most people are.
I was at ease. I was at complete ease, because you never said, hey, you got to do this.
I think your heart knows. Your heart just knows.
Ever.
Now, you might have the butterflies and the nervousness, but that's why it's a leap and faith that come together.
I never felt sold. I never felt pressured. It was a complete invitation. I'm telling you what I have to offer, and I really had the opportunity to see firsthand what you really had to offer. And I was able to realize, just even from the little bit, you considered a little bit that you had already offered up to that point, but for me, it was so paramount already. So I knew how much I progressed from that. That was enough for me. So at that point, it was not even an option. I didn't get the butterfly effect. I didn't get any of that. I literally pulled out my paper, I filled out the application, and I walked it up so calmly because at that point, my mind was made up, my heart was made up.
Your mind was made up. I always say when your mind is made up, your mind makes things happen.
Yes.
So I just want to say how proud I am of you, how much I love you, and how much I'm looking forward to. You're just getting started. You've only been in this program
I'm just getting started.
like 2 months.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to everything else that comes forth from you. You guys can learn more about Ashley at Ashley Dowell, DOWELL.com, and there's so much more. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, but they will.
Oh, they will.
They will. All right, we'll see you all the next time. Bye.